The self-righteous. The self-righteous often express sentiments akin to this, and we have to separate ourselves from the sinners and be pure. Those who are self-righteous top the list of those whom God cannot and will not save. You might ask, what does it mean to be self-righteous? To be self-righteous is to claim righteousness through personal work rather than the grace of Jesus. To delve deeper into this concept, let's consider a modern-day example where a church subtly introduces false teachings that cause their members to embrace self-righteousness. These sects believed that the fulfillment of numerous or all temple rituals was essential for advancing one's path to salvation or attaining the highest spiritual exaltation. This doctrine misinterpreting the atonement of Jesus Christ as insufficient and partial, suggesting a need for additional works for salvation, such as sacred ordinances or temple rituals that supposedly ensure exaltation to the highest heaven. And their most distorted doctrine is to become God, inheriting thrones, kingdoms, principalities, and powers, dominions, etc. In their doctrine, they assert the potential for humans to ascend to godhood. A notion that directly opposes the biblical principle affirming God's eternal nature Psalm 90 verse 2 and the exclusive existence of one supreme deity Isaiah 43 verse 10. The only one true God orchestrates the cosmos, bringing forth harmony and order. Embracing this belief of human deification implies the possibility of multiple gods alongside the one true deity. Consequently, a dilemma arises: whom ought one to worship? The eternal God, the Father, or the recently exalted new deity? Worshipping both is untenable, as the Bible unequivocally emphasizes the worship of only one God. Exodus 34 verse 14, For you shall worship no other God, for the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. Exodus 20 verse 3, You shall have no other gods before me. Luke 4 verse 8, And Jesus answered him, It is written, You shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve. We must exercise caution, recognizing that self-righteousness has evolved over time, influenced by false doctrines and misinterpretations of the gospel teachings of Jesus Christ. A gospel that preaches of becoming like God or equal to God alone is the epitome of self-righteousness. Here are several key points elaborating on why a church that preaches becoming like God is problematic. 1. Hubris and pride. Central to self-righteousness is an inflated sense of one's own importance or goodness. If a gospel message contains a notion on humans attaining godlike status or equality with God, it can foster a dangerous sense of pride. Instead of recognizing the inherent limits of human nature and the transcendent qualities of God, individuals might begin to see themselves as inherently deserving of divine status or favor. 2. Misalignment with traditional teachings. Many religious traditions emphasize the unique and transcendent nature of God. Teaching that humans can become equal to God can contradict these foundational beliefs. It risks distorting the proper relationship between creator and created, implying a blurring of the lines between the divine and mortal realms. 3. Spiritual narcissism. The emphasis on achieving equality with God may lead individuals to focus excessively on personal spiritual attainment rather than on humility, gratitude, and service to others. This self-centered approach can detract from the communal aspects of religious practice and diminish empathy and compassion toward others who are seen as less spiritually advanced. For ethical and moral implications. If individuals believe they are or can become equal to God, it may affect their moral reasoning and ethical behavior. They might justify actions that they perceive as aligning with their divine status, potentially disregarding ethical principles or the well-being of others in the process. 5. Potential for division. Such teachings can create divisions within religious communities or between different faith traditions. They may lead to exclusivity or elitism among believers who subscribe to these beliefs, viewing themselves as spiritually superior to others who do not share their views. 6. Contradiction of humility. humility is often regarded as a virtue in many religious traditions. Teaching a gospel solely focused on becoming like God can undermine this virtue by promoting a sense of entitlement or superiority rather than recognizing human limitations and dependence on divine grace. In Christian theology, the idea that humans can become like God contradicts several fundamental teachings found in various passages of the Bible. Here are some verses that address the uniqueness of God and the distinction between the Creator and His creation. These verses emphasize God's unique nature as the Creator, sovereign, and the only true God.